Welcome to Outlander Media Network. We're at Spillway Bar in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I'm with not local artists, independent artists.
There we go.
Overtime and Krizz Kaliko.
There we go. Good, man. Good to be here.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
This is going to be my first time seeing you perform Overtime. You're from Montana.
From a long way away, man. We rode the whole course all the way here. We had to drop off the water in Indiana. Took a while. We do the what's it called? They got the buggy and the horse and all that.
So like I was looking at you at first, like, oh, he's really telling the truth.
He's really feeling this up.
Yeah.
Listen, man. You get it how you get it. We gotta still wind up the Wi-Fi up in Montana. Just lucky people heard about us here in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Well, that's what I was telling them. This is my first time for a concert in Bowling Green. I mean, I've been to other areas of Kentucky for a concert. This is my first time to Bowling Green.
Where are you from?
We're actually from Nashville and Knoxville.
Okay.
You'll be in Knoxville tomorrow. I know that part.
Yeah.
Y'all been to the open court before?
I have. No, it's cool because it's like it's a music store.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, so like they got like all the gear you need and everything's great.
Nice.
And if you're hungry, you can walk our street and get something from Sonic.
That's right. That's right.
And I've been there before, but not to that venue.
Oh, Knoxville. Oh, that's right. You've been to because I saw you at the International / Concourse.
Sounds right.
It's up there, though.
Yeah. I'm like, sure.
Krizz, I'll ask you the first question. Ballpark, how many venues do you think you've played in your career?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. That's a lot. That's a lot.
a lot. You're talking about venues from here to all of Europe 3 or 4 times, all of Australia 3 or 4 times.
At least
And the
1,500
United
to
States, yeah.
2,000 different venues?
Thousands of venues, thousands. I mean, you're talking about 25 years of doing music, so I don't even know. That's why I'm like, yeah, I know I've been to these cities, but I'm like, I don't know because we may play different venues each time when I was with Ted, you know what I'm saying? So here we are. We still rocking and still rolling, man.
Well, I mean, like the first time I ever met you, God, I never heard of this because when you were still with Tech, and this was y'all on your first tour. It was the Absolute Power Show.
That wasn't our first. Our first tour was 01,
01.
which was our first tour was called the Sprite Liquid Mix Tour. Weirdly enough, our first tour was with Nappy Roots, who was from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Nappy Roots, shout out to my guy Big V, and Nappy Roots, Jay-Z, Hoobastank, and 311. And so it was a really big tour. And
First
Talib
tour,
Kweli.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, first tour. And Talib Kweli. And Kanye was on this tour too. Yeah, but he wasn't Kanye, like nobody really knew him.
Like I said, my first show when I saw y'all was I never heard of Tech Nine, and I was on for the Insane Clown Posse and Cottonmouth Kings.
Okay.
It was the Wicked Wonka tour.
2003.
Yeah, and y'all came in the bar I was managing. It was all you guys. It was you, Cut, Tech, the whole crew came in this bar. I remember picking up the most of the tab. I think it was like 75% of the tab.
Let's hope you do that again tonight.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, bro.
I don't know this bar.
Let's run that back.
Good to see you. Run it back. Let's run that back, buddy.
These country rock and rap fans, they like to drink, so it'll be nice for you to do that.
And I haven't really drank on this tour, so start tonight. You heard it, y'all. Drinks on him. He wants to take it back to 03.
Throw back.
That's a hell of a long drive.
With inflation, that's quite a big thing.
That was back in the day when they still had $2 beers.
Yeah, man, they still had $2 bills.
Right. Right.
I mean, that was back in the days when I drank, and I remember going home one day with a $17 tab. They said, that's not that much. I said, it was 50-cent draft, and that was back in the
then,
heyday.
Fuel was $1.15 to get a gallon.
Definitely not. In 03, it was not that cheap. I don't think. But who knows? I'm just kidding. I don't drink anymore either.
Oh, I gave it up not too long after that show.
Yeah, sounds like you had enough that night.
You know, when you're out here for 3 months, it's a little difficult to get going the next day for drinking a bunch. So
Yeah.
it's
a bad idea.
It's a different time, man. It's a different time. It's more about bringing the music to the people and having a good time in the moment, and bringing them the good time, right? But you can't bring the good time every single night, otherwise the good time's going to slow down.
Plus, it's so. I was standing out there staring at what we're going to do. And it's so hot out there, and those little yellow jackets or bees or whatever the hell that was, flying all around over there. I was like, I gotta get in here before I die.
Yep. And here we are, man. Here we are. We'll be good and cool inside and having a party tonight.
Oh, it's always a party with you guys. This is, like I said, it's my. So, how do you perform overtime? This is my first time with you. I've seen Krizz, like I said, I don't know how many times. I can see him solo.
Well, after we wind up the Wi-Fi, we get the speakers all powered up and route that through the water mill that we got there. And I fire up the drummer. It's good because you don't really got to do much. He just makes noise with his foot pedal. No, I just I don't know. Tonight you're gonna see me rock with Krizz Kaliko and my band. So I guess our style is just really in your face, lots of energy. We're just keeping the show flowing. I think that I learned myself a lot from Tech and Krizz and watching Strange coming up over the years, and just kind of getting my chops myself going around the country. And a lot of the things that really works with this tour is Krizz and I are really we know how to command a show, which is really cool, and to be able to play off of each other and use each other kind of as assistants, I guess, sort of, or like a teammate or whatever up there is actually pretty unique because you got two front people that are collabing on something that is actually pretty difficult, because a lot of times when you're kind of a front man of a band, you're not used to having to share a spotlight or having to share the dialogue for certain things. So it's been fun and unique to watch, and to see Krizz do a transition from classic Strange style music, classic Krizz style music into kind of a country realm with some country undertones to some of the stuff he's doing is actually really cool. And it's I think it's a testament to where we all come from. So a lot of music, it comes from jazz and blues and all the classic stuff, but country music, man, today's hip hop is influenced by a lot of country. When you start hearing a lot more of these sung choruses and things, and also if you just notice a lot of rappers from rural type areas just out the cities, they're starting to embrace the country style. So if I was to tell you how I perform, I guess it's just a high energy multi-genre with a backing of a band, so it always gives a rock twist. And with Krizz, it's like if anybody's ever seen me in concert, it's basically one of my concerts on steroids. So it's a lot of fun.
I feel the same way. I feel like a lot of fans have been telling me at the merch booth, like, watching you and Overtime together reminds me of classic, like, Krizz and Tech. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, because of just the chemistry, we didn't know how this was going to work out. You know what I mean? Like he said, we're both front men.
Yeah. So
for two front men to come in and merge together like we have, one thing that has to happen is that there can't be an ego. There can't be a thing, and we don't, neither one of us have that. We're both very genuine guys and make room for each other up there, because it's you normally probably wouldn't be a lot of room, but we bring it. It is definitely in your face. It is definitely loud. It's definitely a great time. Rock, country, hip hop, all merged together.
do you and Tech still get along and have conversation here and there?
Yeah, of course. We will always. So one reason why that will always be the case is because the reason why people know me is because of Tech. You know what I'm saying? It was his idea to bring me with him, and that introduced me to the world. So I will always respect that. You know what I'm saying? And also, I love Tech beyond music and beyond business. Mm-hmm. I love him beyond that. And so he will always be my brother. I love him to death. And, I always wish him the best. And he always wishes me the best. And you just never know what, God has for either one of us. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I never close the door on, doing things with him. The way he speaks in interviews, he's like, yeah, we're about to do music together. We haven't actually ever had that conversation. We haven't had that conversation necessarily about when that would be. I can't say we haven't ever had it. We talked about possibly doing stuff, in the future, but who knows?
I mean, like I say, with Strange music, if it wasn't for that, I would have never heard of Krizz Kaliko, Calhoun,
nobody,
Big Scoo,
Ritz. Well, maybe Ritz. Ritz was kind of moving on his own before Strange, but that definitely springboarded him into the public eye. Tech and the strange guys are responsible.
It's also very, very responsible for a lot of the rappers in the world today. Like, period. And anybody to not say that is silly. Like, everybody focuses on getting introduced to the, from the fan side to all the artists that were on Strange. And, yeah, I was exposed to all the artists that are on there, of course. But it was also inspiring to do it as well. And I can guarantee you that, there's at least a good percentage of today's musicians that are rappers that bottom line are spawns of that generation of the independent music. I mean, it was, if you were a kid that didn't have a record deal or anything like that, like, you looked to Strange as the example. And so it's, for me, and being on tour with Krizz and after watching them all those years, like, I started watching them before I did music. So I didn't know I did music till I was about 22 years old. So it was like, yeah, so I watched them before that. And so to go from watching that and being inspired to years down the road being able to tour and gain a friendship and just a camaraderie with his crew, with him and his wife Crystal, and just seeing how, from his perspective, what it's like being as successful as he has. Like, it's cool, man. It's Strange. Shout out to Strange, because they definitely inspired a lot of us that are doing it today. And I think a lot of artists, if they actually take an honest look, would have to agree and say that.
Of course. It's the reason why when I started my own deal, a lot of country rap artists were reaching out to me because they had seen me in my Strange era and with that. You know what I mean? So, again, without that, you don't see me, you don't know me. So I will always pay homage to them, Travis as well, and show them love, because it's why everybody knows me. So.
Yeah, like I said, and one thing I loved about Strange music, it gave y'all a lot of creative freedom. It didn't just, where it sounded like every album sounded the same from each artist to each artist to each artist.
Right.
Like, yours had more like a funk twist to it, in my opinion. I mean, I
see that.
And I can see like he had that last album, Go, that was more of a R&B, or
it was really a vintage album. It was me. When I did Go, man, I was trying to harness sounds from the 60s and 70s and stuff like that. I even used, they had a bunch of vintage microphones at Strange that were never being used. And I was like, oh, let's use that one. It looked like an old Motown microphone. So I was like, let's use that. You know what I mean? Even though that locks you in to that sound, because you can emulate that with, software, just do whatever regular mic. I wanted to use the vintage mic. So it was really a future vintage sound, that I usually go. Which is definitely my favorite album.
Oh, what's your favorite? Mine was always Shock Treatment. So
Shock Treatment. A lot of people say that one. That's my least successful album, but a lot of people like it. I'll be honest, I was just trying stuff on every album. You know what I mean? You couldn't really pin me down to one genre. That's why it was easy for me to slide into country, rock, rap, whatever this is that I do. I call it Calico country, because it's my own version of country music.
And like right now, and for the advantage of the country going on to rock and rap, it's like if you go like Serious Octane, they're starting to play rap and rock artists also, with like Hardy and
hip hop has always influenced all these other genres anyway. Country has been really influenced by hip hop even in the last several years with a lot of artists. You know what I mean? So it's not a hard transition to go over to that.
We're gonna wrap this up so y'all get y'all sound check in.
Sounds great.
I appreciate y'all taking time to take some pictures. And I'm Kirby Bailey at Octane at Outlander Media Network, and we're out of here.
Count it back.
Smoke my pain away, but it's a long burn. Everyone sees me fade away, my family's concerned. Who am I lonely? Don't let no one in. Nobody console me. Praying it's the end. I'm torn like you sold me, and nobody can get. I'm screaming at the churches, it's the